cedi on every liter ninti. It wants to watch na do na wato lorry femu. Oye na nkote na wasite. Wojina do na wato lorry femu. Wasite spare parts nobo. 1 Ghana cedi fuel every liter nobo. Enafi akwana onye nobo. Was it to oye wana shentedim 20%. Osha say Friday. Osha say Friday. But then they ibinu bakade 1 Ghana cedi wodu tum we service ke bebre. We service ke bebre. But I don't know what to. And the way service ke bebre ayankafu what and the work at Friday wobo to me. Drivers one kade yakoto fuela what's what to do another what to do. Na we service ke bebre nti wontum obotum. So drivers mobua when you call in come and tell me different story. That this 20% here worry to me. Drivers won't to because 1 Ghana cedi on every liter no we service ke bebre into wontum. Into wontum. Into asamba ana issue ba a certain decision ba na yenyina yezena no tumi bia na why na NDC MPP nso wodo nso lorry fare wo tutum wo tuma na watil do minim de abani nso be besi do lorry fare watil do enande wase wasana tumi bio wasana tumi bio. But me argument we have been raising the drivers one bra na one make nchira me dey fuel no yes indeed watil do na first na mo water no inde onya dem na water and oye no kwar first mo water no onya no na inde water and it is true that fuel no watil do first no a gallon of fuel price are eneto no onya dem na inde eton. But then the same transport operators they are telling us that 1 Ghana cedi on every liter ninti or to 2 lorry femu akwana yenti or to 2 lorry femu spare parts and they what say oh what it to nyama bodo echo porter well today taxes and what it do but anyankafi what say spare parts no buy it into what to. These are the conditions I would know tomorrow, and I am not lying. I've read their release. Makan wahade, makan waha. And ubia whether good or bad or affect ubia. Whether good or bad or affect ubia. Whether good or bad. What affect to be a for messages in the bra. Yashwe de yansa baka GPRT yumpinfo. Ora Abbas Imoro or your industrial relations officer. Zema or your GPRTU. Na ye be someone. They may into me or to me. Even as in one necessitate for this increment because in the wo to me in cherry and you may be a was it to into abandon and they watum ewo and you will try to get them course in no the lines in why busy but we'll try to get them now easy in common. More messages in number 0244743143 0244743143 na was to join the conversation. Okay. Obviously, can I name the management committee of the Commander Sugar Factory? All right. So let me go through it. I'll give you the names if it is readily available. But Ora Ransford, Vani Amwa, Womibi. Yes, Womibi. Womibi pa. And when is in. So Mamifa is in the more. It is being chaired by Mr. Kwame Owusu-Sechere, Esquire, and Engineer Douglas Mensah, Mr. John Duku, Lieutenant Colonel retired George Affle, and Mr. Ransford Vani Amua as members. And the committee, one mandate was the one. Another one, the terms of reference, include a technical assessment of the factory, reviewing its financial and business viability, evaluating the sugarcane raw material supply chain, identifying credible strategic partners or partner, reviewing the ministry's operational roadmap, and proposing a transition plan towards full operation of the Commander Sugar Factory. Intimamensa more oye izini bio. It comprises of Mr. Kwame Owusu-Sechere. He is a lawyer. I don't know, a chairman. And afi Engineer Douglas Mensah, Mr. John Duku, Lieutenant Colonel retired George Affle, and Mr. Ransford Vani Amua, the former board secretary of the Commander Sugar Factory. Also were members of the committee. On this mandate was the Amuan Ewoho. So these are the committee and the Commander Sugar Factory no Ayujuma. As you come in, the JPRTU are saying that they don't know anything about it. Kojo, okay. Kojo Mate, we are trying to get them. The JPRTU, because the Road Transport Coordinating Council, I don't know your body, I will regulate the transport operators. So if JPRTU work the we'll get to them and no, but you try to get the road transport coordinators na yahwe ma what's be able to go my ebinim worker ewo ho. Yes, Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council in one and was the communique was the about to Abontin on the 20% increment of lorry fare starting, God willing, come Friday, that is on the 8th of August 2025. Inti ogura yeba ahoma no yanensa ka wona yanyo busy in komo on this very issue, and afi the Commander Sugar Factory issue, and afi the cocoa issue, the cocoa farmers e won so yabohwe na yanyo ne ezi in komo eho. All right, yanyo ne ezi in komo eho. All right. So we say ma menkwa homano do na menji views kakra na course no toma na yezin komo 0244408046 0244408354 on the GPRTU issue another lorry fare increment no the GPRTU in painful what say oyaza nyame adoma ochina they will talk on the issue nti Henry onkasa mfa ho nyame adoma ochina they will talk on the issue yes nti yɛbɔhwɛ nyame adoma ochina but yɛhwɛ de yɛnsa bɛka ɔyɛ road transport coordinating council fo na yɛnye won ezi nkomo ɛwɔ hɔ yes nti me say our from Nyambutarana na yɛnye Ora Ransford Vani Amwa inzi nkomo on the IMC okaho to see the operationalization of the Commander Sugar Factory. Hey Ransford, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Papa na pome.
Nyame adom, no say.
Oh, nyame adom. Fina ma feel because me hu ache.
Oh, pa.
Me hu ache papa.
Oh, baby so.
Oh. I say bye. Yeah, bra pin. Ya na me ache. All right. Hey, Ransford, and Yankoden Sora, the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry will form an IMC. You are also part of the IMC to see the operationalization of the Commander Sugar Factory. Currently, what is the state of the Commander Sugar Factory?
Currently, in the Commander Sugar Factory, another Oye Jumo. Until last week Sunday, Oye Vice President Obe visited Traditional Council and Okipechi come out to do our Okede Oye Commander Sugar Factory no or the or what you know you because Nana Oye Okipechi come Okede Oshe anytime there Soroko Chrome another Fikon Banase Obi Sugar Factory okay minutes later we find the Oye Ghana Nina Hene Japaze and I was at the sea Nasa Asedo and so up to date on Juma with our first vice president today. Now when you look knowing the now come so down in Omeshama functionary, now vice president so Oshana Bode very soon Obon the factory now will come back to life. Emma into a create in Juma as a man manful. And before vice president can now as I you go share that we found there on the 7th of February when President Obama thank you to Oshana Bode very soon Commander Sugar Factory will work again. The central region will be a sugar hub of this country. Now, 25th of February 2025 year also, President, Minister, Oshe, Trade, Industry and Agribusiness, and also Oba Commander, Ebeshan and Anobo, they expeditiously overshared the factory in Obe Juma. And between that time and on them, yeah, you want to be reform. You're going to share the into two the do into any that or there or IMC the Inter Management Committee. When you don't that's nothing. Me share in Juma yeah na so woman only 8 weeks. The president already report. I'm a commander, in the first thing there, you share the technical assessment of the factory, the insurino status to them. We do say all the Shanina, PCC, or anything technical, Biano, because that is very important. Share how much should be injected into reviving the factory into music some now so or there yes now already no road map why a ministry no why out or within this year where that road map no for the factory for socialization but what's the main review them road map because say the status of the machines that will determine the roadmap. Either they'll go by the roadmap now where that they announce there so they for into your review the roadmap now or now so there if because in Kofu was the request about more than 11 investors and what electors now that ministry there they want to partner the government to run the factory into so transformation a credible partner between what there on number there and these are banana John now and the factory Ben one month for ratio the factory under this very government the factory will work.
Yes.
It's one interest in our Dawson. And into or there a selection of getting the credible partner no. And also so okay man be to him. Now so when and how our factory or the money operation timelines no was actually IMT or the latest by the end of September or the report here ready on the desk of the president so that whatever recommendations and my president what I'm honored do we to my factory at the
wow. And see, the people of Commander, the people of Cape Coast, the people of Central Region, Yenya Arishimide, the Commander Sugar Factory, finally, Yebohu, the operationalization of the Commander Sugar Factory, are Oberfam Kofo under the 24-hour economy.
Maybe even prior to 2024 election. Now, as someone making there, Commander Sugar Factory is one key area, and the NDC winner, many city there. We making sure they obey Juma.
Yes.
Because said, I am no busa for being home for so, no man for being home for so. Central region, no Western region, you bring home for super papa. And younger side in the Central region, I think the industry, they are album in Jumadam. That's my focus. Yamina Dumas are national executive members. Not at least, we have been paying for able to know Akasa, one more way or showing your sugar factory. That is why we push it to this extent. So I can assure you that this factory will come back to life. This factory will come back to life. So, Momo will look and issue the committee members. It was carefully selected.
Okay.
The chairman of the committee, lawyer Kwame Usu Sechwe, is a financial expert. And he served on many boards, financial institutions. Financial institutions because of how the he has the expertise. The engineer Douglas Minsa, engineer Douglas Minsa, 2016, as a managing director of the Commander Sugar Development Company Limited. During our time, a board member and a secretary now. We employed him as the managing director, of which I was the director of communications and strategy for the company. And he's also a technical person. He's an engineer, mechanical engineer, and a chemical engineer by profession. He has the expertise, and he also understands the factory operations, especially from 2016 October up to 2019 December. MPP for really on off the one coffee, he also have the knowledge there. And Mr. John Doku, so a Ministry of Trade, one Central Regional Director. And Mr. John Doku has been around since the time where feasibility studies on the sugar factory. From 2014, yes, starting now, he was there as an officer of the ministry at BBR system, and even the immediate past board was dissolved recently. He was a secretary to that board. At least from the factory, national CBC and the current state, John Doku, at least he has institutional memory at every stage as a trade officer, because reports there is a trade there now. Now so for no office only. Into a civil servant, the only factory John Doku is well versed in the commander issues. Then Lieutenant Colonel George Afo, also a technical person, and when it comes to finance or hopper, and according to he has helped in other establishments as consultants. Bringing these 5 persons on board, and myself even that day I was a member and a secretary to the board, and I have been following Commander Sugar Factory issues up to date. There is no way under NDC government, the sugar factory, one's name will not be on the list. It is not surprising to many people that under NDC, IMC, I am part of the IMC. I can assure you, Commander Sugar Factory will come back to life, and Commander will once again be on the industrial map of Ghana.
Now, Eja Ransford, the Sika when you invested into the Commander Sugar Factory, was about $36.25 million US. Actually, the current state of the Commander Sugar Factory, is it obey a farmer and investor there? Often is coming mission at this time, Anna.
Some of Mexican culture there already. There 11 investors will show interest.
Okay.
Okay. In Canada, you bring a year to investors being there. Naming for me personally. So I banner only in punch. I wish even say investor be in a banner in point, because what we need that a factory must be running. As a mommy measure shining, the factory no only Juma. And whether investor or no investor, the assurance I can give over there, this factory will work again. And I believe after 8 weeks, able to more the update there at the conclusion of the 8 weeks timeline. I was on my hand. Maybe we've gotten a partner and how much the partner wants to invest and blah blah blah. If this is how much a binance casapedo and when and how we will update you on that. But Mami, all you need there. When President Lara Nino update the factory in Juma, because only excuse Biara or the Ghana for Sunday. Na no kafa factory ne bay ena onim botaya no osini oda onti okofa factory ne bay ena yan min charge yan vice president so also nuko muso factory fi ndi say ye ka factory to wasam ye ka factory wasam na sabi nlara nkata mo ti nuko mo ntu mo ahwe e madam factory na ye djuma no adona asam na ye be ka cha Ghana for 2028. And the master here, my advocate to a factory when and I am part of the highest decision-making body of the NDC party. As a National Executive Committee, our president, ultimately vice president, and also National Executive Committee in Libya. That's a moon to as someone found to me through there. The last time we connect meeting, last week or 2 weeks at the meeting, when was the original secretary, so one for one report and that the next meeting. If this a regional secretary, the kitchen there, he should include Commander Sugar Factory because our central region, that's a 2 area, Obobua, a young Kofu, and Obama Party is also winning credit. No regional secretary, no reports. Also, the Commander Sugar Factory is a flagship project. Into audio 2 area, Obobua. Less than 2 weeks, an IMC is in place. And see, there's this concern about Commander Sugar Factory. And then there, a lot of people are worried from Nazin. With my inclusion, we hope the factory be Juma. Because we always have been advocating. And see, the factory will work, and I'm not so. Into the moment through after 8 weeks,
can we add the intro? Can we add? But me miss this last question. What is the current state of Park Agrotech, NFE, or Watco with regards to the Commander Sugar Factory?
Park Agrotech, maybe one I'm you. So about then will be invested as a strategic investor.
Okay.
And MVP now one sign issue, they did not take any concessions from Commander. Nothing at all. And from November 9th, 2021, West Africa Agrotech, Watco. One was signing a contract today, one manage the factory for 10 years. Into one manage the Commander Sugar Factory for 10 years. So 2031 now, them contracts no bossing. No moving in the contract no.
Into me factory now on your Jumano, one run is Shigebiano, government of Ghana, on ye a company signed an agreement that one manage the factory for 10 years.
Yeah, 2021 was signing that contract. And contract, what's there every month, or they will charge company, $50,000 as management services fee.
Now, why are they no?
I mean, apart from the Ubucha workers, management service, $50,000 per month. Into them a contract, they review them contract.
Okay.
And it's in the contract there after 3 years, you go to review. If we are not satisfied, we can terminate the contract. In the 3 years now, I'm person of the month last year, but only review no MPP benefit.
Okay.
Into the owners lie on us to review the contract and say,
I don't know management in me pedamema yete funyina yeta because man sumpo mentase because factory always is one on ye dwuma no wa sign a contract with a certain company to manage that same factory, a redundant factory for 10 years.
That's the question we all need to ask because them are that by contract me can want some of them because I don't get it. The factory OCM, they engage in consumpa or a technical people, maybe engage in one services. So, but we don't give the management, the business management, we can engage to a manager. To employ a managing director, administrative whatever secretary, those things, managing. On the Ghana, fully to managing, so that the contract that come up India, fully to Ghana, they want to managing more. Them uncle from Rampun, said one managing sugar factory, and I will be out down. As I want your Ghana, in the water tractors, farm implements, on the other water Ghana. And you think over to manage the factory, on your day as a 2 year. Meanwhile, obvious what 60 million Ghana cedis.
Wow.
There were 3 local banks, what that man called Freedom for manage the factory. 60 million.
No, we are so I send you on the call so.
From CBG, GCB, and of Prudential Bank. Into Commander Sugar Factory. Apart from Indian Exim Bank, I have account 35 million. Local banks, Ibasa, CBG, GCB, and Prudential Bank, they account 50 million. 50 million Ghana cedis.
Only the book income because maybe I want to say which book income. Book income maybe I want to say which.
You took them money now and I believe after the 8 weeks, you know.
Okay.
We can give you the report because it's a public knowledge. So whatever it is, we'll let you know.
All right. Hey, Ransford, yanda say na for yenchi as former minister na question there no so why ade and afi president there why ade pa yabona abado on this bold step after 8 weeks yabasa na ba wunche ni bi oni yezin komo.
Okay.
Era se bebre. We say yanyi ora Ransford Vani Amwa and yanyi kezi in Komono or a member of the IMC to see to it that the Commander Sugar Factory, you know, was an Ayejuma, another Ayejuma this time round. He was also a former board secretary of the Commander Sugar Factory. Masumizin the combination man. But you good eye shade you benya the other microphone so na yenye onezi nkomo. Mo messages ni mbra. Me sa wona na wore fra no wonya abotare mam. Mo messages ni nso mbra na yenzi nkomo 0244743 143 0244743 143 na text message another WhatsApp message. Me say man fra na text message another WhatsApp message. Fafado Fabra 0244743 text message another WhatsApp message Fafado. You stream live and so our Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM. You stream live Alright, my mgbe ahomanu ntum na wasubre bi mehu da nkofo refra pa opena yezin komo 0244408046 0244408354. Good afternoon.
Hi papa. What you way on hear about something about me see abrasi bukaman kete district where ma won we fair wo suban ta wala breho. Papa, aban wadada ahenkafo. Senta make the main there. Ma wo ya na the name ase me do an kan ya. Because what the 5 million that out to review per person. Na we amoyi totodo na sa bi aturu dum so le bi aturu. No by then ahenkafo won to more fame. Aban wadada papa he had me ma so owo aso tin ne say koko wan tuma man kakre bi no de tara ho amekofu obo sanka aban why here 419 kutoko kuma baba ya made wa sate
yo Good afternoon.
Just one.
Efo.
And it's for your auto, no, my president Mahama. And you may care.
I see.
And it's for your auto, no, my president Mahama. Care.
Minimum, you call on Tichile Warato.
President, also Mahama is the hope for another.
Oh, okay.
This is the only hope for you. This is the Oba book in the mayor. Another time, I can't send me to a time I teach a piano or to a young piano. Come on, catch you. Okay? So, producer, Suman, petition more Kotokrama station, Umbra, Mama Lord say, more boat to be any team boat. Most women uncle to you, but what catch a tense. Mama the Lord say in and out. Most women uncle to the boat. What catch a tense, small one or to the mensa. Oh, yeah, no book, Shabbat Modu. Maybe under I catch it at that is in a day. Yes, to Lord Fedo. Yes, to Lord Fedo. This is a come on, catch another dump of food of Facebook.
Okay.
Let me say, no one city or that to one people. Don't go for the do or yaki. That's a cocoa farmers. Ada akoko for me stand there. Obo tumo ai dana mo 6 million. 6,000. Na ande ada one. Aba ban.
Okay.
Aba ada.
Info me that say. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
No cray uncle for any machine. What you are very yeah, politics. Yeka abani na ya mai okobande inflation cost rate abani oil ho de ni na be na ba do aya opisi ano wa kwe bi se wa fe ni ere bi ama ha ba so mo ekuafo adenti na meka dem hwe ekwa ba se a etua ne sem gama enu ba go bia ne ka ho pa na ekuni bu modern yituma na ebe tukoko mama ni aje na we shirawa 120 na chano wantim kwa campus also one more cocoa
120 no ye about 70% increment on ye
dabi onya 120 say master one what the man can look at now about to the bring say 1.2 na di to cocoa mo 3,000 what kind of 220 ma fenye aban no the best also I need to know about the for kata
all right
obade ma de wa ye nyina no obi abrego espasio bi amaso ma no etiombo ma no na oma ma Ghana senior we ye na ije on put the challenge you pay the for the almost so like that mama or about 20 to about the same with the mama present some of the
all right better say good afternoon. Yes, sir. That's it. All right.
Cocoa as Kakama kind of me cocoa farmer, you know, it's yes, I know the politics. I'm coming and say, Boko for me in cocoa farmers and Gasanangasa. Yeah, try that. Yeah, try that. Yeah, Nisaba Kawana. Yeah, Fred by 215. I'm of 2020 you are here politics. But I come a cack and I'm coming. Name the Madame Gutambo cocoa quaffo. You cocoa clinic, I'm coming, Usinkan. Koko, you know, all the Bob Jas or the infant, or yellow about beating Oko. It was scholarship also the Moko Kwafuamba, the scholarship I'm coming, was one of them. Catch for Koko, no, I wasn't watching. The end with the Yaban, so Perot won't go to the make you are Koko Kwafu here. On your phone, Pocho, commercial factory. NDC, I'm coming out. When you reason Biala, or the DC and this over Philly Central region, the one to 1 point to men.
Okay.
Into see, you know what's what being part. I'm going to mean more about Aberdeen. And find some man, AAK, Central region, KE, I'm coming to win your 2 NDC, and I'm almost Central region for your 2 NDC for. Into this, the NDC about only any reason. Double cutting point to be like a and a Central region, all from him. Into a high energy. May a cable wide will your origin, Juma.
Okay.
Because yes, in keep was Central region, but that's it.
Master, that's say good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, boss. All right, I can see. Me too.
But your brothers before I'm going to serious. and again, we get to if I go to a friend, GPRG for the phone, plus I could send a Tina Mubaramu also what is how time to follow the one hour is a bucan or the commercial. Nothing commercial. What is there? What to do? What to get to do? What is the tomorrow? Many Mamanka. Then you want to let you go. Then we got 17 at 12 and 11 days. I mean, that's the politics. Yeah, you said Omega, maybe a 10, maybe a 11. It is a 12, not a 13. You are not 17 effect. Now, I'm in that one. Maybe Mamma can make you want to let me like 17 back. I want to walk out.
Okay. Nine. Okay, my Biabu. I ask him. Abba Benyodo.
Brother.
Yo. Abba mean too.
Buddy. Hello, brother.
Abba Benyodo, you too. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, mommy, you too.
No,
yes, sir, Dawood.
Yo, I'm coming ahead. MPP for you. Mom say, why have you no one can call money, my or Tuja? Share, Papa interview in CCLA. Share a factory on your gumao. What funk of one shadow keke bosa difference about watching or different banks. What the other? Oh, I brought a factory into my yashi and coffee wabablo. Never see your mama, member papa Magana for. Never they were all criticized. There is a Ghana for you what the whole. You what the whole. 10 people before same piano to catch a Ghana for CCLA Romeo. Because Molu Kodunya, money I was saying, Yala, I want away. Share a car send be or am the part there. Say, and a mother Jomamo to know factory when send people for to the man and Maria. And say, I'm crying, no, I will better radio than our friend. Damn. I got for Yatu pass you. It was Bakata, Yente be an awesome.
All right, Master, I see. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Question, sir.
All the president is a boy.
Okay, me too.
Pamela, you know, you go for fast to do. Pamela,
yes.
Coco for one. Well, but you don't the money, Mamma, or Pamela, 2016. And Coco told her, and make of you so ya. So, Mamma, never would have go for the night of the member. Coco, look you on the phone, Also, Coco Abba. Coco, look you on the phone, also Coco Abba, and your Mamma. I know before the man for another parliament. You are before you do what you go. I mean, Coco about 5 bucks. Also, 235 bucks. I did not say that go for free. I don't want to know, but I didn't see the why you didn't see. Mark to the camera, you are your phone and Patricia, and then I put on no more. And she said, "What about your mother? Go, no way, may say, no. But the night what the man is saying, Babusa? I could be saying enough of what's now. I never look for one to lose for it. I don't know the money, Mamma. But the baby said, but the another book will go out free. And we are not on campaign, I don't know about it. My seven, I can't order for the crew, the move one out. I'm going to move your Korean scan. But the book will do a book for your Korean scan. The Muria, then 1.2 so. I never get you 1 2 months ago, but the Bulldogs from Lamb. I have some knowledge for work of what, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's it.
I will be a cancer, but I can't. I can't help for work for them. I think the government, no. I see the lawyer black for Kono about Toto. I think the floor again. So the one war. I see the now was the lawyer from the man. I could go Kono.
Because you may say, oh, yeah, be some baby. Good afternoon.
Question is, I want to be some baby.
How about Ben Yodo, when you want to meet you?
Brenda. Brenda, she say, I want to first name it's a classroom. What are your names of talkatives? My suggestions, I mean, the name first person. The minister is MD to YO. Yeah, next to names of Sakatusi. Oh, Kastle FM. Hey, what for then? Here was the guy on the effect. For Japata. No, for your boyfriend.
Na se program no nyina wa county egbe etu na obaka once obaka won de a enti awu so wo de aleke obi baka cho de talkative.
Yes. Na se amina sisi ala mi fite ken. Enti si fela all the motion.
So wa cheda you so be kire wa adwe.
Oh, tamo so me kire ma age but ni nyina no oyese.
Okay.
Hey brother, koko na asemi a yeleke wa. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Dama 120 na other atmen. Was also what the scholarship scheme go. Until the first scholarship now, what the baby no ma. What kind of work you know? Ah, said what a fetch. Koko, you were funded in Yanina. What can go that asthma? What you got I'm saying until then the time. And the memory so the person 1 to 2. See, assurance abba. Emma even a whenever you cramp, no one can there. A on them drama cocoa, Asamiaho, want to walk on any hour day or they be a robber. I work with social media a way. Emma, Robert no cramp on for saw Oberman on alternate. Oh, it's a very release lander. What do you cocoa with a Excellency John Dramani Mahama? Lay in the pa. Other abba.
All right.
Na yaba kana try them out. What could you one course have day? Russia, Ukraine, a budget or about 280. What could you do?
All right. But I say be brave. Every 7 to me for Fubia file or messages in the far 0244743143. 0244743143. Yesterday, Benya, the president of the Cocoa Farmers Association, na enyine in komo yeba homa na the line na busy. And sakana at any point in time on this show in Sebe Canibiano, the Genusu busy in Como. Brad paying justice in Okapia head teacher, the incoming head teacher at Nasi. Reverend Ben Amos, the incoming communications officer AAK. No, so at Nasi. Oh, we do my basa. Head teacher, incoming.
Yes, man.
Akwaba.
Yenya.
Weji de bibia aboko.
Razina dom mo hu ye papa.
Ya de razina yankopon ase.
Yeah.
Weji de bi efina mboko.
Oh, ya mena dom Fanteman boko, Central Region boko, today Ghana yina boko. Une ehwa for the past month unde ya mena dom wima ye boko.
Okay.
Ndo anapa no so egugu kakra me bibia ya kama. Nti ya de yankopon ase. The auto nsupapa ozigu yan home nti today my man mu adwe form na bibia recordo thought na ahoto aba man mu no damara na yankopon wan nti the yankopon ase ozikan motu meche bia
Chia just 2 or 3 bi na
ozikan ebecha His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Messiah of our time, waba magana ifom yade yankopon ase na mechia ye ma me Professor Jena no Poko Ajiman. In the last week me be na me kan there oba commander more kan there commander sugar factory obezi huduma say hu there da interim management committee has been formed. Hallelujah, my brother Ransford, congratulations my boss once again. Ya babado ti ya baka ho asem na minchia regional executives led by Professor na my brother ni my brother Mogai, regional communication officer and deputy, na minchia Cape Coast South, Cape Coast North, KEA, Infanteman constituency executives, michia one sonko. My brother Alberto, last week I got a man from, as a chairman from them 2 months. All
right.
My brother, Father Casford, michia, Mr. Star. Hima Bongrit, na mayor of Cape Coast,
Honorable George Justice Arthur.
Yes, Michian papa Bibia Rebu Juma, ma Guayman, na Cape Coast man, and na Central Region, Wafanin Tampe Fra. Na Micha, Regional Director of Education, Dr. Mrs. Juliet Dufie Odame, Regional Director, Papa.
Otami ana Odame.
Otami.
Yes, Odame.
Odame. Oh, sorry. Otami. Sorry. Now, newly appointed regional HR, Mama Brother, Bedu means I know HR on Fantaman.
Okay.
On an assist your regional HR. Into HR, so Michiano soon come.
That is what I say. The head teacher. The incoming communications officer, AAK, Ben Amos. Ben Akaba.
Yeah, in here.
Bibi Aboko.
Razi or that chain. Into Mazine is a Mazaman. Mazanasa so. Mazaman. Ma Ozikan. Minchia Wara. Na Minchia, my brother. Enoch. Justice. Mijizi de. Razi Abuhin in our heaven. Intinende. Yetum na yeshia. Strum kokra. Meribana egwedifo kakra. Mishia one. Wakwando. Woguda robo bo in some home. The nyama ria ye hon hu kakra nti me chiegwa the food but ebo hu say nti because justice he made in komobi enyo me chia nanano martin ankongwa dem ro ye npp han ntoye no abiri biara akwanje bia ye behia no yenyim da yenyi nanano yenyi asofuku yenyi ba no zefo nyinara na yenyi honze misese nti me chia nanano martin ankongwa a wo Ghana no fanza na nyinara nkankan finfin mantom ha na mara mensin abra asebu na kwa mankase the mara na michia ashanka fo nyinara ahona ibri oguda war to fuel na ebia war yente asam de yerbo mpai de war kesiara ebia nyama wotum wa asusa the mara na michia the rank and file of the new patriotic party nkankan finfin mantom mba a wogudo war keka hono ho dem roba ya eraze bobo hen hoban na akwanje biara a Ghana for war hwehwe da wod ba hye hen san yesesi hen ho na yetum yeda asom ho sompa marame mensin abrase kwamanka se baumia team na mara na my brother Patrick and then Patrick wa ha obobwe sembedo enyo mutun chairman Sonko kra na my papa Smiler Kabori the incoming central regional Nasara organizer mi chair no Sonko kra na my papa organizer Nasara organizer. Ebe na wo wa man kuma man kan ntunchia.
As organizer, no is coordinator.
No is coordinator.
And so first no a coordinator.
But they are organizers.
Okay.
Per our party's constitution. And na Marama Penguin, the regional communications officer.
All right.
Mr. Isaac Mensa Blankson.
Okay.
Chairman from Corner Marama constituency boss.
But that's it.
Fifi Akwi.
All right. Reverend Ben Amos. But for me today.
Oh, Maman Cabri be na fire soro kakra. Ehu de irade hihye adebo nyinara owie ansa na orishase moboa. So the end is fixed. The end is fixed. Victory is won. But grace comes from the Lord. Inti ahumbrade mara, we are tolling the line of the grace so that Nyankopon Yamiano will reflect.
See, for me, a fertile.
Very, very fertile. Very, very fertile. Very, 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 very.
Wow. Okay. And Brennan Crabia no betray.
Amen. Amen.
It's a for 1 year Benham one communications officer of Famano. But yeah, delve straight into the conversation. But Telecel can show that there is an exciting news from Telecel. More data, same price. Telecel bundles allocations have been reviewed and now offer 10% more data at the same old price. And to first net of 400 Ghana cedis data bundles now enya 190 gigabyte, and they were increasing it to 250 gigabytes, and it does not also expire. And they enroll on to Telecel. You can't find more than yanitam. That star 700 hash or star 530 hash to access a variety of unbeatable data deals on Telecel. Telecel connecting energies. Yes. Kastle transport. In fact, for Waboto Abe constituencies are Ben uncrophone Waboto Abe be here Kastle transport. Na they convey one. Na wa koto abano. Kastle transport ye juma pa. Yes, current a papa pa aba oye ugamen cinema ha or bois transportation service no. Ya no bunsu de form kra flexible terms of payments.
sabi ahwana wochu no.
Yeah.
They are very professional.
Driver either ni sem yedino.
Yes.
Ni sem yedin. Enti fra ahome 0244 406 500 and 0552 490241 and aba Kastle FM fidue ma ha na nyim painful mbesingwa wonze enkomo. Your Johnson Street, Cape Coast. Frey and bra na nyim painful busy enkomo. Kastle Transport, your journey are priority. All right. So you dive into the issues yes shall say every yani region. And the Minister for Agric, the government of Ghana, to see the operationalization of the Commander Sugar Factory. One from IMC. Many board member or a member of the IMC, and then also the former secretary of the board, Ransford Vani Amwa Mr. Meaning in common. Ochemide 8 weeks. Now on fire with Juma said away in your one for reporting call. Now Commander Sugar Factory one revival. Hey Justice.
Hey Jesus man.
Into you. Asam dawana.
Oh.
The asempa.
The man say me maka and last week me buy so me sane me kan. There hene me over the weekend no buy obichia ne kroman for no oye commander obefie obezi 3 days. That was Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, share commander ahemfo na mpanyimfo no kan sidudua. The office central region na commander to be precise oye ni fie na commander man central region man Guayman yebo nature dom as first female vice president of the republic no obobon home mozina the Commander Sugar Factory na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oshase in 2013 na Yamena Duma osi factory ni wie 2016 and sana and this amanyoku na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama orifi abenim na my brother Ben Amos Reverend na ne party MPP amanyoku a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na Nanado Danko Ekufuado wadano sisiara ware preda obasana bebiom mfia wotwe wentum wendua sugar cane krumpo wenfem feed Commander Sugar Factory nanda ete me brother Ransford na sama okan wasanso wode company na akahye Indians wasanso akobobosa wa 3 different banks 50 million CBG Commercial Bank, Ghana Commercial Bank, and Prudential Bank. They be a massive kind and Commander Sugar Factory aka hwasem. Nti going into the history will not help. Nyamina Dumara nada na His Excellency acting on the instruction of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Minister of Trade, Industry and Agribusiness. Ayendamina yayen. Into trade, industry, na agribusiness, na yakabum. Oye, Honorable Elizabeth Ofusu-Ejare, or commission 5-member interim management committee IMC for Commander Sugar Factory. A team for our team and then a pay. Nkankanara commander man na igwai man na finfin man to man ya te dende Yamina Dumara yani brother Ransford Vani Amwa oye former board secretary of Commander Sugar Factory from 2013 to 2016 na CCR Yamina Dumara wa bonizi wadaka interim management committee what babo she Commander Sugar Factory na my brother Ben Amos na ban MPP mfia wotwe wontum wan yan ho hwe na wasan so akọbọbosa na waza akahye binim wan sada one manager aza onye hwe 8 years wontum mfendua sugarcane sanya mpo under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yesi factory ni edisi ho na tida ma woka no yendua sugarcane mpo a granted de yendua sugarcane mfia wotwe wontum mfendua sugarcane one farm bois factory ni mo wanye adwuma ma one reduce import of sugar na bill foreign exchange or there sign do kokot import sugar na two when create in juma and farm man finfi man to man the dam sasunti and this amayoku yasanisha but the factory ni ya na yesi ya me ya dom ya ba busume sonini na ndis abane ya bai ya set up this committee under the instruction of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama your brother Ransford Vaniamwa and our church committee members in Tinyaza mokum one jumezi esia de wundi and I don't know I am a dow Ozikan one shed there company no plants na nzama mfiro wo ho ni nyina no ozimwa oye number 1 and definitely if I watch as this simple are not in them definitely nyim there sin to baba ho but ni nyina no se eribu mana efi aban bi fidu na ba nye mfasonkotin na benya aya enya kaw under Commander Sugar Factory under Ministry of Trade and Industry na me birthday must na ban wa bo finfin man to mo faber then fia watche when tum wanyama Commander Sugar Factory wanya operational two strategic investors na was one by wa ye kumpo under 1D 1F look one of the things as MPP aban wotumi wo ye ya nkoba magana fu wenye jizi wonu mu na nka bia nka wotum wa wo 8 na nka wase ka wo pede wo break nka wotum wo break only 1D 1F that is one district one factory in fact going into 2016 elections it was one of the campaign promiser na merehwe de obotum wa ya because look our politics na ye
about waye bia na
waye bazi commander one district one factory waye bazi kanza waye chirem aza waye ya na nkofo wo factory so wo momo sika na wazi din kwatotoro just like that Commander Sugar Factory was one West Africa Agro Tech Company Limited. What cool? Was given under Commander Sugar Factory. I was not waiting where you and I knew that way bibi wo but to catch them. Look, a comfy fruit juice award to one sabrai may catch one there and markets or your fully private thing on your PPP. Waka PPP a public private partnership. Inti state ni share wom ekumfi fruit juice state Ghana when you share wo ekumfi fruit juice or your private thing na abani ya den or support it. But Commander Sugar Factory no a factory ho so wotum wo ye no operational la na sanka wan ya hwe krampa nka me mobonse mama wan na wa sanso abobaka watindam inti one wo hwe company ne plant na nzama de bibia okoye ya bompe de on side dodo na because me tell na ebisa embre that runs for the them what the $36.25 million from Indian Exim Bank and then current Ghana Exim Bank no what can boom na we release them funds na sisi ya obenya them eyina sisi until the committee no one more na me na do one on 8 weeks oya busume bien until they have up until September ending to present one preliminary findings and recommendations to the minister for implementation. Afi boko na wie na something tangible was start to Commander Sugar Factory. Mfinfin man to mufo na commander man we hu there and this a man yoku His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na yan maame Professor Jena no Opoku Agima na ye brother Ransford Vaniamwa oye finfin man to me deshe konkron oka ho no wa boa ma Commander Sugar Factory a mfia wo twe mebere de mos na ne MPP aban we je ma wa sei wo bobo se wotum wodugu bank na wa pam nyimpa ma wa akatena fie ntum yom bobo se yen fan hye Commander Sugar Factory mo nyeye yankopon fa wo bone nkyawon. Number 2 as order we wo share the financial and operational viability of the company inti sika hin na wo behia na aban order this shame. And one beautiful thing about NDC aban under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in there. Yeah, we are not going to look at strategic investor, but actually I didn't more strategic partner. That is different from partner. It's aban why ready there about partner, strategic investor, not strategic partner. not strategic investor.
Partner no bo be there.
Partner in there.
So be invest into it.
And yo, my partner in there. Ame maza ame meriye. Me pede e baba bu so menfin na yeye. Nzo mazineti.
Investor no so.
Investor in there. Menyi bibia nti warankasa braba fa na fa osika fa ship.
Oh, dama.
Dama na mfa watwi yinim wa ya wantu mu anya ho hwe. Nzo mazineti. Oh yes, strategic investor. Menyi bibia nti awo braba fa na fa osika fa ship na ran. Dama na mfa watwi me be dem mos na ba na oye. Oh, ya betina ya kan ho asam strategic investor. But he, per the terms of reference, I wasn't on 6. Tell me one kind of strategic investor, also strategic partner. Strategic partner. There's a difference between strategic partner and strategic investor. Is that my identity? Strategic investor in the for sikafa brabeshim na beye ni ye na tu skanako. Partner ni in there. Marankasa mijina na mayamaze bra na bakamu na yenye.
Me interview Ransford, so Ransford said different thing from what you're saying.
No, I am reading terms of reference. Okay.
And Ransford is a member. Ransford is saying where investors who are calling on board.
Oh yes.
They are calling on board to come in.
Investors.
Yes, to come in. And so Okanum quitting point Kobayan the den Kabanan quitting bay. Into the strategic investor and strategic partner.
Strategic, no.
I'm not getting you.
Mrs. Strategic partner in there. I may as a state more bra private person another other partner no bra na bakamu na yan ran.
Come on, but do not de bakamu. Or be invest into
it. No.
So it's just a language.
No. Be
okay. And to partner no about or be
partner. Normally you can wife your partner.
This is business, so it's different from a wife and a.
Nina a business, and I knew that was also a business. Who told you?
Family is different from business.
Listen, a war company. Nakada if you strategic investor. What you are trying to say is that inti dami nyimpano onfani si kambra meshem number ranadin. Is
that the meaning of strategic investor?
That is the meaning of strategic investor.
That is your meaning, another the meaning of strategic investor.
I am saying it, so that is my meaning of strategic investor. Okay. Then if you say strategic partner, epobia na dwene meda ho no ye credible no ye sustainable na wa baba kan ho na run business no di o ye clear enkara azini meza ba menyi ho hwe nti brabaji na fa usika hyem na ye but you know mesna ma meza o ya ze papa me pere me manfo wonya ho mfaso nti bra na baka mo ho na ye nye ni ye na nya kakra na musumi nya bi memfa mbo amama na manfo. That is the difference that I'm talking about. And that is point number 3. As I was 1 year. Number 2. Then number 3. Also evaluate the sugarcane supply chain. One of the things are initially in 2016. Maybe they must not ban what kind of waste factory so when you sugarcane. Yes. Partly true because at that time, Dr. Kospio Gabra was the Minister of Trade. Or kind of we secure loan to grow sugarcane. Look, from Ahadea commanders Koshama Takrade or your sugarcane growing area. I remember Musa Yawoko Ikuma, nearby Cancer Rodo, your womb, your baby, your from Wohona, your botash, and your sia, your for Kukuma, Fijai, Kukuma, Nebupi, Fijani, Kupi, Kukuma, Zanhumazanete. Into that enclave, or your sugarcane growing area. Aban botu mo invest outgrowers mo we dua sugarcane to feed the factory. And also another thing. The fourth thing, identify a credible strategic partner. And that is the point I was talking about. Identify a credible strategic partner. Partners you how are credible. Until you don't need any partner on your credible. Our banana up today PDS, Akafo bia ba yimpanara oba na obatitu yan komun troba na osa na do ton and this man yoku under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and I han maame ofusu ejare I am maame vice president or your brother Ransford Baniamo ho one quiet the mazini be. Yankafa investor and our partner or banwa batito, you pum trouble no that on that be yan the mazini be. Then number 5, assess the ministry's roadmap. Into ministry nankasa or roadmap in its industrialization drive. Then finally recommend a transition plan towards full operationalization of Commander Sugar Factory. And a final thing over there where you into we are with roadmap in baba the BBR the whole clear. Yeah, to trust obibiara one fan pa bonte echi BBR bokodu jojo ma finfini me man tom dem and this amanyoku to me see factory no sugarcane na other investors na other things are work over there and this amanyoku ayen maame Professor Jenano Puku adman ye brother Ranford Amo ka ho ebe obeye na njuma na ye pedo ba central region. Look, throughout central region keboza ana amen sangari na oye kakra si ano so po oko off nsi sia ye sheda nyi and ye implement 1D 1F for the past 8 years. Do you have any company in Cape Coast that is working? No. Mo wa hampo tida amen sangari mpa na oye ejman kakaka ano so krampo wegu nse humazineti nti we need major na mo ya medon them. Look, as a biena Commander Sugar Factory, yes, sir, Obo Buagana pa. Look, emo and other consumables, yeah. Sugar is one of the azar aban o import the money mo papa. It is a to me a sugar cane, na Commander Sugar Factory, obey operational obo reduce the burden of sugar cane. All right. About over 50% of import of sugar will be off.
All right.
And it will lessen the bill on government when it comes to importation. Then the major thing, look, a Juma direct and indirect job or be created zama 50 man tomofo and na non quad no guy na non quad of also when you are on secretary. Aban papa aba.
Okay.
You return man papa. Ya dwene ti mamfu ho ya mfo man ni sika ya mfa ngundwuma na nkwafo nkatena fie
Justice Enoch apia
sika be mo man wa fa ntampe fra
Benemos. Yeah. This is the move by the president or by the government. I mean a very good move. I mean a very good move. Me too, because once upon a time you see kojo upon kroma obe okapa commander hini chawda on kanche the then minority the one gin to na one cry a brown sugar sabad in family and one by refining wa ha. Me too.
Yo medasi AJ Suman yanye to me mufro twetwen komo ya ready. Nim there my brother can or prudent. There you bet you some monagin aba do there Ghana yanyaban na sebi ahin na rana yare. But more often than not, Mijiji there oba with so much surprises. There obina no da kase krodo, but nanti ye or ye just the direct opposite. In for yina say Sierra Ami as a young person, especially that my brother or ye equally educated person no. Yes, she, especially when budget ba out my budget no womb. Na yet prepare especially because we want to partake in the macro economy with our micro economy. And if on any day after budget na waba pado and a supplementary budget another my friend media budget reviewed oba niye hude aban kasai na nenzi ye oreye wa a direct opposite jidi yewo abanmuno Otokofo. And currently as we speak, that is the communication Ghana for Bebri Hinajin Abado. On cherry in the Yakakan budget, I can point to you clearly that my NDs in the Watuharoka, especially about Commander Sugar Factory, Yansen Home Pupuyo. And there on any day Saban will any Dadu Hunibia, it reflects when it's a Kasam into tree. Because Orbe rebuild and can train for any day. In a merbaye, them adi namde si me order into medidem seke nam data. But say a question is casimum. Nada or susu de order care the madino, name who de san or a zera. More carefully in who de Casanara na orisha de orica. Nemu inye ndia. That's the first thing I would want to say. Now, my brother NDC here Kasano, or try every attempt to about discredit the one district, one factory agenda, another policy. Very technically, and the NDC's 24-hour economy, it say any of their actors, including His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president, Kasa would to go in there. Their intention is to rather revamp private companies, private institutions, private industries, so that we're buoyant na Ghana free then worinya numu infaso. But you sit here and discredit NPP government, a similar policy while launching me yenye numu profits, advantages, sabi sesinto bimpo abahwa. You have to learn as the government of today. But the politics as usual on there. Even while we hold the government today, no, when our attention here abandoned on focusing on discrediting it. Sabi ya kodo the politics here. Do we think there Ghana about me tumpan? Please. No. Orca Senamoha, can I be permitted to talk? Now, Akufuado. Ghana when it comes to industries. We had the Akomadan tomato factories, or a fully government owned. So Nima America. The Kintampo cashew processing factory, or a government owned. The Abra Sebuko Amankasi citrus processing factory, I will produce Eden Pionazeno, or a private public partnership. A Kumfi, one of those industries, are Banudi Sikashe, private company Nasan. The Onfa Nyaden, Onpeja, no. And today, as we speak, a Kumfi doesn't only produce for the consumption of Ghanaian market, but also does exportation as well. And to say, Eba as Aban Fofre, na itiawu communicators ko, they won't discredit any policy, especially in the Ghana industrialization agenda. You are doing Ghana a great disservice. Ame, as a youth, Obayamado, and let me say it very clearly, that the NDC government, this time around, if was say, NPP, ma commend the attention, even though, of course, NPP are more than 113 new factories, whether private enterprises or government enterprises are. Now, so NDC's new focus is to start with Commander. I will applaud, but I would rather say there. So what you to me the Commander a kumfi you will be in private, but our band is keshema. Ina or your government owned no, and it should have been reflecting in our budget. Says here was what who committee and they have about 2 weeks. That will be 2 months.
Yes,
that will be. I just man, I dream that on no your Ghana for your interest because the revival of Commander Sugar Factory is not the interest of Ghanaians. Get my communique right. Me say what's what committee? I dream the committee no your Ghana interest no. The committee doesn't equate to a friend and factory no. No. Yatin bebre. Oh, abana echer.
But the committee is instituted to see the roadmap.
Say
that is the revival of the
factory. Ejesuman. Enti mamankasa. Yete in Chema, my brother Justice Oderma. In his attempt to do a investor na partner, where po you won because I'm surprised. No, please, Ebe, Orca Senamwaha. Eric Senamwaha. No, Eric, no, please. Orca Senamwaha. Please, let him respect me.
Allow him, please.
Orca Senamwaha, Benin was the Naban, Benin was the Naban. I heard him. Or struggle with the defense of investor in a partnership here. Extra Ghana of water, what would be the impression? About no, but impressing him, whoa. Your defense of Obinidi investor, I would be a partner. Obinidi investor, I would be a partner. The end result is that abanedi ma all do education biara akashim ma factory no aye adwuma ma mfa so da all that memfu wonya no wa sha asirinya period. Not the fanfare, not the talks, period. And I was expecting, because to them American somebody had prior been interviewed in the chairperson of the committee, right?
No, a member of the
committee. A member of the committee. I mean, a former secretary to the board.
Yes.
No, watch them. You don't know. In Panakasa, I wasn't expecting my brother there and go and spend about them 8 minutes, trying to define investor and partner. There can be a partner or investor financially. So I was quite getting a wrong picture with 6 thematic areas or I ended up 3. No repeat 2. No 4. So yes, I can Erica partner in the can 2 times. Second point as a partnership. 4th point as partnership. I was here. What my audio no so actually. Enti eje suman. Say no kwar there. Na adodan kwa Akufo-Addo the industrialization plan sine wodo. And even though when tum anye across the entire country, there over 275 constituencies are yewo ha. Na se aban aba. Na se ewo bribia. I bet to differ there. Wo roadmap shouldn't be first. There is discrediting. Abandada onunyuma waye. Nda yere kesi.
Ben mimbisa.
Timemufuni bi enya hon
Ben mimbisa. The initiative of 1D1F.
Yeah.
The NPP government.
Sure.
It was one of their policies in a Ghana funya wonenyi da.
Exactly.
Now, warabano and some of these companies and other companies be when here support
exactly
so or by supporting to build up those companies.
Exactly.
We had Commander Sugar Factory also fair enough. MPP NDC Aban when you sugar cane 1 year, but you had 8 years.
Yeah.
kastlefm.
Was it a deliberate attempt to ignore the Commander Sugar Factory?
Suman, I believe there in the Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Baumia tenure. About a couple of times, every plan they ever brand the Commander Sugar Factory. They am wasting nado.
After 8 years,
no, don't say they hushi.
Oh,
you see, Orcasano. No, don't say they hushi because my brother Justice Orcasano. You heard about the fact today, even loans were secured.
Yes, for
at some point.
What co?
Exactly
to manage the
company. But remember,
redundant Commander Sugar Factory.
No, Suman, get the communicate very right. Ghana company biara will apply to be part of the 1 district, 1 factory agenda. No. It is 2 things. Akufo-Addo's government, like the NPP's vision, we believe in capitalism. 2, you believe it there, the government should rather focus on building private companies because private sector or employ more people than the government sector. And there is a general apathy on sometimes some government-owned enterprises. In Timerbo, it was 1,000 Ghana cedi. Nese reinvest in Adaoba Monfaso. You weigh the options. You know I ready. And of course, Aban discussion biara is working today. So there is a credit for that. Ghana for yearing your home faso. But to them Americano, Abano ring sika at all times. Said John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, or this factory, Commander, nda. Definitely, Ebio ring yes can be Yami Benemos Medina Ameriano. And he would later defend himself, the Maderia commander. But at the end of the day, profit should be coming out of commander. That is what we are saying. And if, for instance, Akufo-Addo Naban yesterday had other priorities and now investing into private sector companies, in addition to new government-owned companies, Ebeke Goldfields, Nazi, that later Otunfo Bakede under John Dramani Mahama under Mills, and I think also under Kufo, he appealed for some level of support from the various government winger, but it took Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Naban to invest in the industrial, the gold industry. Nti abano no benya endrade hunu bi and baby around Ghana his kakasheno waswaba in the industrialization agenda. So today
Obi Bakade, then it means it was a deliberate attempt.
It cannot be deliberate attempt. AJ Suman.
So if
AJ Suman, let me quote
if government botum will invest into gold industry, say sikano di ko shemo sabadi yenyim the I mean sika another the investment, huge investment aspect abaneliboka question. Imagine that they compare the Commander Sugar Factory that investment abanidi kɔhyɛ the gold factory Erica no mu no ɔsosen another ɔsosen that.
Why in the NDC government has set a committee, and the last point my brother Justice already also the roadmap into getting the company operationalized. So let the report come, and when the report comes, NDC will depart from propaganda. Worry, I'll leave it like that. But you see, I'm in America in there. The fanfare is becoming way too much in a fresh government. I hear about power now. And you made there consistently for the first 2 years. Before Ansana 2019 ending, I think somewhere November, COVID borders were closed. For the first 2 years, you focus on the area, the one district, one factory agenda. Most constituencies and individuals are logging on. No, we receive funds. No, what that shame campaign, it be running. We were focused. So I think the rhetorics in this water shots and Moyam Yoy there. They are thinking that what destroy NPP when you in the industrialization for now. On no me end this way a firm ground to do anything. Under any circumstance, Commander Sugar Factory is not the handiwork of John Dramani Mahama. They should know. Na factory no ho ansana Mahama ne 10 year ba. I mean, let's get it right.
But that a new factory built from the scratch.
I mean that the idea of the Commander Sugar Factory is already there.
Now, Missy, a new factory.
Are you getting my point?
So what was the stage? What was the stage of that factory?
Should not even be that the area the foffer. Rather, the focus should be on the yard, album. Because if we are talking about a factory that has been existent for about almost 12 years, now the next move is another talk, an attempt to young condemning something in Ghana. Then are we moving forward as a government? No. I mean, there were other stories I know people created there. The vice president or call Commandant Tina, there has been a plan to. I mean, I would be surprised because then Justice doesn't know there the NDC had the plan of industrialization. No, I would be surprised. The Mara Nawaya in my constituency, when His Excellency, the former Vice President, the Misata, was the Vice President, we were told everything that was too juicy. At the end of the day, I mean, we mentioned Abrasib Kwamankasi. We saw how NDC almost embarrassed us, having a Vice President. In America, if they don't know, at least one share another. No one departed from that politics of the usual talk. Now one year more the committee is out. The members and then the chairpersons of the committee have granted interviews. Why should the NDC come to make all the politics condemning NPP projects?
But that's it. By me still, I don't understand that Oman Nature Party Oba benefits yenina. Now for 8 years. For 8 years. Na nanu pobotuma ko omanpinu na wa shombodo. The president, the former president, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, gave timelines upon timelines. But more just 5 minutes.
That's there. My brother Amos, Reverend. Why try be there or communicate around this? And look at the way he's struggling and baby. I was wine and some more can. May read the 6 core points or terms of reference. I was a man also your 4. And I'm not surprised because now band performing abysmally, especially when it comes to Commander Sugar Factory. Look, us have as a fanfare. Brother most what a fanfare asa. Waka fanfare. Medicinary catch up a fanfare. Say a traveling show, having side shows and rides and games of skills. Blah 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 blah. Is that what is happening? What are we talking about? Or we are just bandying words around just because we have the opportunity to communicate? No, nobody is doing fanfare. And Prof, if you commander, and last week obey. And one of the things are other commander man in the pay Commander Sugar Factory. I'm telling you, Inti se wa bana banfia watwe na wantum wanya Commander Sugar Factory operational. You are not showing remorse as Reverend Minister. Debepa Commander Mani Chow, about 15 man to Mani Chow there. In fact, what Ban was given opportunity to revive Commander Sugar Factory. Yaba 7 months. Ya set up community only budget team into no cheddar. What are we talking about? And really, in terms of reference now, it is not about quoting amount of money in there. In any case, we have big push. Millions of CDs are ban way trap for industrialization. Is that not it? And it is in the budget. Just that he wanted to say their Commander Sugar Factory 500 million. Government is not going to do that. That is why this interim management committee is critical and important. In fact, what ban we Sugar Factory mo wa say aputowa. Abane say ya na abanzi ska kwa keshem. Wana na sabe na adwene me da ho obaye da mazi. It definitely we need until interim or IMC interim management committee. My brother, go and look for the meaning of interim management committees as that way. One more timelines. It's na ban one more na watch 8 weeks. Oh yeah, busume bien. Until by September ending, what the report baba. Oh, this is the strategic partner yenyan. This is ne asset company ne asset ni na wa say inti sika hin na ban be hia sika hin na strategic credible partner no so botum ozaba. That is the way to go. Mpocho in fa watwe wa ban wentum afan ya hwe in busume son yentum yan fan reviving it just like that. 2 months yame ya duma September ending report papa baba out commander man 50 man to man gwaman ye benya humfa so papa I don't know you na nyere oboko ti bibi wa budget im there. This is Commander Sugar Factory. No abanu first kan konkwoshem abra abanu hu factory ni state if ya watwe ma je bibi am wa say epo ho into woda abanu ye da meyi or critical or important terms of reference or 6 ewi am the betro na kankan na ati man kankan 4 nti won show remorse na onpa Ghana fuchau na 50 man to mfuna commander for one fenchen no nje propaganda na na pe opede oyenom nti that is the point. And these are banned. Nobody has paid anybody to do any discrediting. I mean, MPP are banned and say we need record paper bia. And you know why should I come and waste my time? Memma mateme mufuna 50 man to mfu we hu. And zama bona wa ban ba nfa watwe obebe. That is what I've sought to do. Then nfa watwe Commander Sugar Factory and this Abansi factory nisuo and I said from 2013 to 2016. What's the English sugar cane into ya born ya say in 2016? That was the communication. What bay in fair watry Alan Tremartin as trade and industry minister and son all resign or form movement for change in Aze ni na anechino yehu abazi yehu hwe nti pocho show people of Commander and Central Region some level of humility by accepting that wa bane be no we du hwambo busuma watwe mfie busume so ne penan ye won fia nan exercise John Romani mama busume so ne yedi ya set up interim committee September end the report baba and mark by next year you will see tangibles. Abanin fesika nkweshe mabra aban onyim state of the factory, and that is why this committee is critical and important. Any serious government why a serious no be business dam no wodoye nti yada twa na atwa sika na za akwa akweshem nti mombra mo ho ase na mo share communication na mo hu azat memfu ope na meja ebekeka one district one factory amala mfanteman bibiara enyu ho ukro meke ntumo mbahwe asebu fruit juice osu na olkan wasem ti oyejuma mo fankofu on se nti catch me ye that this na mo nkonkwohwe na mo nkonko find out aya mutwem ho se mutwem asebu mo kwan hu bia asebu anu na minyim na krubi wosoro ha erko
keke nizin bia
if you are
chairman keke
if you are asebu all right nyoni bia nti new one I don't know
but that's it
and so ya the papa o ha nka mehu akufi fruit juice is a private thing no message no te man better maybe you are doing propaganda because you are used to that. No, say what in there. Mama kind.
All right. Just in Okapia Medase. Okay. But I say baby. Ben, my mom so 5 minutes.
So man, what I say. You see, at some point, in the movie there, my brother Justin. Or try everything now when you marry again, but because of the usual politics, although the party. Now let me put him right. To the American, I say, you're the report, Papa Baba, by September ending. By next year, is that not what he said? No, remember. Yes. So if I tell you that Ghanaians are not interested in whatsoever committee, their interest. Remember, please. No, get my point. Please.
Now, setting up the committee, is it not a hope that there is something coming?
Let me be very clear. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency Obey, there have been a lot of committees, right? There have been a lot of reports, right? Not all the reports Benny or yet. Let us be fair. Until we can't keep waiting for reports when Saint Ra them reports is never coming to pass. Into justice, if you really want to do communication, get me from this, because you were trying to accord me there what you said is so true. I would just as reporting Erichana. And now you are telling Ghanaians there one trend reporting. Is that what Ghanaians should be waiting for? Hey, why do they the commander for? Their interest is a certain committee. I work in the last, 2 months I work. Please. You think without the committee nothing can be done? Good. But I'm telling you that the expectation from the committee is what Ghanaians are expecting. Into only that the factory is now established, people are getting jobs to do. In America, there. What are please. To show remorse, but I'm telling you there. We expect result, not the talk. Because now the danko akufu adnedi etuma abo there or disika bua ankura nyuma ma wa so regina honado. I will just see na etin hakan. Areas wa ba na yehwe. And I told you there, some government owned companies are beni waye and they are running today wa from mebun, and so you should respect that also. AJ Suman, I would end by saying, look, it is in my interest that Commander get on its feet. It is my interest. But it is never in my interest today, the usual politics of the NDC. Let us denigrate every effort of previous governments and any policies ya boru nande yerebaye. Because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni vision there in his 24-hour economy policy or about resources privately owned businesses it is not going to be profitable to Ghana. Or Chinebi on justice but market there now ban be one yeshi. Because them adeno na NPP aban be waye it's hard condemn. But them adeno wa bana wa bedu oye the biggest policy aman or be bia. So why must you condemn justice? That is my point. Adina is aban be and 1 year on yeshi on yards papa no. That is your strongest policy. That is your strongest policy. Insha so mana ehwehwe sika edebo so ankran nyima hwana asena abanda de yo kwe akufa na aban when you can assume binum ma factories in home wa employed binum es onyehwe. So at the end of the day, can you look at NDC as an NDC communicator na ka kire waban His Excellency John Dramani Mahama there say mananado ye na ayeda inyehwe. Will you be fair to Ghanaians? Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo couldn't have done all the things Ghana for expecting with regards to factory. And Mahama cannot. But may I appreciate it there as much as governance is a continuum. So Nanado by why 173 factories. Mahama Shasa. Let us look for the result of it because Amima ban NPP muhu result nibi and justice also admit. Wa na ranga sapo no obobi o. Wara na ebobi. Na me ka kire there. Ya be no, ye bo who government owned factories and industries no rugu and most of them ya so hona senda do. It is a baby enye bia. You don't push attention there. Then oye there oye buapayo. I'm telling you don't oye buapayo because ibe there are government factories say ebia hona humwofum. But then they will focus your commander. On the cheddar when I No. So let us respect at least governance. And I will pray that this focus becomes beneficial. AJ Suman. Morobo umpire the committee, 1K do, yeke report in na sabi. yeah, she for one year, yana, can so, ya too. No, I wouldn't expect that. Because there have been committees I hear one report, and after reporting, you know, alternate Buddha, yes, na she in see.
Very medasi. Ebusia, I have Kastle 90.3 FM. Member no hodo, Jimezi in a good eriti. Mako kwamwaba, but then before yenti na enkombra.
Mr. Chair, having put that on record, let me go back to the issue of cocoa price per bag. In an earlier response to questions that came from the floor, my respected colleague indicated that, well, the cocoa sector is under the Ministry of Agric, and that if there is any policy realignment, he will look at it. He also indicated that he's a key advocate for cocoa farmers. He did also indicate that he would advocate for the cocoa farmer. Now, the issue is beyond advocacy. You are now the man in charge of the press, and you know the pressure on cocoa farmers. The 6,000 Ghana cedi per bag that you committed, would it be your benchmark in your advocacy and eventual decision for the cocoa farmer? Because they are listening.
Thank you, Honorable Minority Leader. You may ask another question. Mr. Chairman, cocoa money does not come to the past, the consolidated fund. Cocoa money is outside the consolidated fund. It stays with the Ghana Cocoa Board. Ghana Cocoa Board uses this money part to buy cocoa, part to buy fertilizers and other inputs. I don't know what Cocoa Board is leaving behind. I don't know the extent of arrests they are leaving behind. I don't know the extent of debt that the Ghana Cocoa Board is leaving behind. I will not do this committee any good if I sit here and announce cocoa price. But as I've said, I remain a key advocate for the cocoa farmer. I will do so with the best of intention for the cocoa farmer. I recognize their sacrifices. I've spoke for them in the last 8 years, and I will continue to speak for the cocoa farmer. That I can assure you. But let's get to the Cocoa Board first and see what they have to do. I still maintain that the price they are paying the cocoa farmer is inadequate. I maintain that it's inadequate. Thank you. And there is more room for improvement. Thank you. Further question?
Chairman, is a nominee conceding that the 6,000 per bag he quoted on the floor of the House was a mere political statement?
Mr. Chairman, the 6,000 Ghana cedi per bag should have been paid in the last crop year. Mr. Chairman, I say this because Cocoa Board is gradually turning themselves into a procurement agent just to procure inputs and denying the cocoa farmer. So they could have adjusted their formula to benefit the cocoa farmer. Very soon, the minister responsible for Agric will be in place. I commit to work with him to give the cocoa farmer a fair price. And I believe the cocoa farmer deserves a fair price. And I know His Excellency the former president quoted me previously that I had said the cocoa farmer deserves 6,100. I'm not running away from that fact. I said it on the floor, and I backed it with the world market price in the city at the time, and still maintain that the cocoa farmer deserves 6,100. I've not run away from that position.
Thank you.
Hello, Ejumaku schools. And sir, Ankran Krubiara, Waped Wakoto, and our trip Biaran. Kastle Transport, Abama one. Kastle Transport car rentals. The buses are Papaba. Whatever hey, so I bunny kumebi. One disappointed so. Let them into acquaint to Biara down in human. Account for Kastle Transport, Mawan. When your Jumaficate course call all the regions. Buses need now see a full aircon with qualified drivers. Let them into book Kastle Transport car rentals this year. When your Juma 24 hours. A the phone and she share soon young. Obey your fine so. Let them into fresh 0244 406 500 and 0552 490-241. Not Jinchim. It won't Kastle Transport car rentals or Kastle FM. Cape Coast, Johnson Street. Kastle Transport. Welcome to you in a Hansi Kase. Taxi na truck driver say. Uber, Pragiano Motofo. Asam Dobiaba. Your car on Amkotenza Goyle, the good news Abba. It's all about Goyle Loyalty Promotion 2025. Say it to full and Kotenza. Goyle filling station Biara all Cape Coast. Michelle Pedu Goyle, UCC Goyle, Adisado Goyle, Abiase, Sudo, Bakano Goyle, Abra Stadium Goyle, Namankasim Goyle, Jumaku Goyle, Brahmane Sukuma Goyle. Pura Hosi Siana register. Na Jew tally card. On Abribia Roboto Fuelen. Well Markado. So the more you buy, and you're able to win electric appliances, Christmas hampers, fuel coupons, t-shirts na aze. Muhiara in the bottle fuel de biara. Goyle na register. So your chance of winning will increase. Opo wa chedafe. Need the minti for Goyle Loyalty Promotion imu. Menja Goyle. Good energy. Goyle is good energy.
Cities not pick you. Seni amubisa no sa. Ya tete ya ni amani inaso. Inti kan wana kwa Electroland showroom bia. Ana authorized dealer stores no. Na jewo Samsung, TCL, Media, any Nasco nemu ni ameni nara. Say ye TV, refrigerators, air conditioners, washing machines, gas cookers, home theaters, microwaves, any ni ekika hwe dawa kumasina. Ya tete so. We di cities no na pick you. Picky. Inti send your budget tiebria. Bra. Emani nchahu. Cities na picky. Electroland so wo homa.
Hobi benyawa efiade. Ofa me hu wacho na ukoshe hini.
Ene dia sam kwame a chempo pa na mani me huni pakro kwame ana.
Ya mi ase ne mabe hu nyina achi uhume.
Ye kwame se de mani ni dia nya kola o. Ana no me ko doctor ye wase katara se kola ba so ana me tete ayro wo yo. Sika nso a obodi se me de ba ba sam ya de nya sika to a. Wo fa me bela pa o.
Wo fa na eni yade de wo dia fa 31st herbal clinic a. On de ni dwumadi a wo dia ne se wo hwe nipa ni nko a.
Kwame matini dio na fami kwai.
31st herbal clinic de enye sika sem bia o. Ne botaye nyina ne se yade bia wo beba bia fa wani bia ho no. Obehwe no watu ase de ama.
Media ya wo mu se katras ya ba so obetumi ayo.
Ofa enye katras te se ne wo ka no eyete ena asi wani so. Na eno kra de na de kitwa bi. Na enye no nko aso no wo sa wasoe ho. Wo sa ne yade bi te se high pressure, glaucoma, blood vision. Ene ne yade aka nyina. Obi a hwa de wo kira wo hu. Obenya wo hu na ne so ye ne wisi. Ni nyina no doctor pay no esa ni nyina.
Kwame nka sanche ana anu na wo pon kire me kura sika samunti. Mama na nkire me bia ho.
31st herbal clinic or eye specialist.
Mo am wo Cape Coast ane ne important way. Mo fa mo ne nkire mo. E wo Kastle FM. Kokoda ponche ho. Doctor Etenase Monday to Friday. E wo Kastle FM anim ho. Kokoda bo enche ho.
Ubetumi afre Dr. Penino e wo 0559 999 543. 31st herbal clinic onu de nadwuma o ya ne se eni yade enko an osa no. Na se mo tai kan se onyankopon ne yade safo.
Kastle FM 90.3.
They are very, very happy. Cocoa farmers are rather sad and highly disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, cocoa farmers deserve better for their toil and sacrifices, for their enormous contribution to the economy of this country. They cannot be taken for granted all the time. The deception must stop. This new farm gate price of 3,228.75 per bag, I don't know how you would describe it, but I heard a number of descriptions from our own farmers. They have described it as ridiculous. Some have said it's laughable. Others have said it's comical. Others have said it's absurd. Others say it is shameful. And others are saying it is most unfair. And it's a stab in the back of the cocoa farmer. This is complete sakawa and totally unacceptable. Other questions agitating the minds of Ghanaians are: 1. What was the motive of the NDC when they insisted, whilst in opposition, that the then government should have paid cocoa farmers at least 6,000 Ghana cedis per bag as farm gate price? What was their motivation? What were they thinking about? Were they thinking that the world market price was going to be static? Today, they are telling Ghanaians that the exchange rate has changed. The international market price has gone down, and all manner of excuses. Were they thinking that these conditions were going to be permanent? Ladies and gentlemen of the press, Ghanaians are also asking, especially cocoa farmers, that what would have been the NDC's government position today if the NPP government had yielded to their insistent pressure and paid the 6,000 Ghana cedis per bag, as they demanded at the time. Would the NDC governments admit that they were reckless in their demand for the then government to pay between 6,000 and 7,000 cedis per bag? The NDC government has told Ghanaians that Cocoa Board is insolvent. I think you've heard it over and over again, that Cocoa Board is insolvent. They also said Cocoa Board is broke. And again, they also said Cocoa Board today is a collapsed industry, among other things. The NDC government has told Ghanaians that Cocoa Board is insolvent. Cocoa Board is broke. Cocoa Board is a collapsed industry. What they have failed to tell Ghanaians is how much revenue Cocoa Board had generated from cocoa sales in the 2024-25 season.
All right, we say yes, this is the minority side in Parliament, and they are about 5 hours ago. We engaged the press on the pricing of the cocoa. Our message is in number 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 na inzi inkomo ewo aha 0244 743 143 eziba yebezi inkomo ewo dame ensemi ho. Yes, the cocoa price and the ABBA. Okay, in Zinkomo.
The 16 cities. The 5,040 would have been 80,600. It would have been 80,600 if the exchange rate was 16 cities. That's what the 5,040 would have been. Why are we making it look as if a stronger city is negative as far as the Ghanaian is concerned? The truth of the matter is that we sell the thing in dollars, and let Kojo know that whether it is spot pricing or average, last year was better than this year. If you check spot price today, 7.4. Check the spot price at the time that the this thing was made. And I'm saying that you declared an FOB of $4,850, out of which you gave the farmer 3.1. Even when the prices are relatively lower than last year, we've declared an FOB of 7,200, out of which the farmer is getting 5,040, which is 70%. It is the exchange rate, that 16 that was used in November and 10.25 today. It is because we have a relatively stronger, a much stronger currency. Why will anybody want to play around it? Now, if anybody told you that, so if you were a watcher of the news and you looked at the pricing, averagely was around 8,000, and you hear that the farmer is giving 3,100, what would be your reaction? Did you ever, as a journalist, did you ever hear that there was a rollover of 333,000 tons, that Cocoa Board had sold 333,000 tons for 2,600? and that is what was affecting the pricing for 24-25. Were you ever told that? This is was something that Cocoa Board hid from everybody. And that is why it was 4,850, because in 23-24, Cocoa Board signed contracts for cocoa that it could not deliver. Not 30,000, 333,767 tons, sold at 2,600. So in 24-25, we were using high price cocoa to pay for 2,600. And that is what brought the weighted average down. We have done about 230,000, and we are taking on 100,000 to 25-26. That is what also has affected the weighted average. But we are doing a 7.2 instead of 4,850. So we are reeling from that 333,000 sold at 2.6 in 23-24 that we couldn't supply. And so we are using high price cocoa to pay for this, and that affects the weighted average. That is what they are not telling the farmer.
So you also heard Dr. Randy Abbey, the CEO of Cocoa Board, on the current pricing of the cocoa. Yes.
Yeah, just man, madasi. Ozikan, ame matna ekraseda, ena maye kuku ejumada, menyo krase mpapa kuku. Ame minu anum, yeshe. I am familiar with cocoa issues. Now, that said, what the United are saying there, it's a MPP one argument, na propaganda warrior in the media in there. NDC, Amanyoku, your opposition under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Kastle Atuman Fonsin. Hey, by the way, and there Dr. Kastle Atuman Fonsin the birthday. Enti Yamana Woda Pasonkom. Debia Makan. Nye Honorable Dr. Kastle Atuman Fonsin. Nke yenyi de sana economy. Managing the economy on ye able quote Bible na shata fita na ko parliament. You talk less and then you do. Ubiara wa Ghana. Then my catch they see able to send 20,000 mobile money 20,000 or about 7 cities 50 pesos a pair. Unprecedented being see that. My catch the last month. Ubotum why did that for city no home. Phone na what 1,600 last month mukotobi 1,200 wakra due to CD na wenya hozen. Inti unprecedented in the past 8 years yen hu bi da. Ebinim wache CD ni kasha no kotokum IGP no kotokum and the 3 days na obreki jail no gwane when tumi ya nchina mokodu 16 cities mo bore ansana yarba. Now that is just by the way. Now yenyime there apart from CD obenya na hozen no aban ehwe aza yare kwa akoton today bia gold cocoa nazi oye foreign price no determine. It's if one time yo price in the international market no determine. At the time Dr. Kastle Atuman Fonsin and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye kade Wabaton cocoa 1 bag 6,000 no na international market no was sir 74 and over dollars per 1 ton. Now, them 74 no MPP aban o declare 4.85 no the cocoa farmer, and that was the time and this aban kade MPP aban onye cocoa farmers in zini o sande cocoa no bono eden or was sort of international market. Yamin chaze farmers na Ghana fu who de no asama Dr. Kastle Atuman Fonsin na NDC Amanyoku His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye kan no koibum at that time in this time no na NDC Amanyoku owo do a nka yenyi any excuse to give them a little over 100 Ghana. The increment oba no ondu 200 cedis simple nti etef one task de nye the NDC Amanyoku wanto cocoa mu per bag in 128 near per bag. Ekoton na NDC Amanyoku we moving from 3,100 to 4,000 $5,040 per ton. the reason why a difference now by kitikiti in them. MPP abeldo no in last year 1 year permutation no na CD no or ye 16 CDs. It is a multiplier or do then okosor. It is my mama can answer because if you multiply 31 $31 and divide by how many bags? 64 bags. No, you 1 ton. And the divider and kawada one farmer at the time 6,000. But one yanadam at the multiplier. And in this amayoku under Dr. Tuban Force and Dramani Mama. You can't 6,000. No. In this is no, maybe they must nani MPP for a your propaganda and a jandam in the media. One can try and there. And this amayoku, since ya world market in Watum, wado kosor. And the end to man cocoa farmer. And come here, metina hey, come sorry my bonse mama. MPP amayoku number parliamentary select committee on agric. I wore press conference. Maybe the Benemos or better now akasa. So two more catch me them. Per calculation and this amanyoku under Dr. Tuban Force na Dr. Randy Abbey. Why you wada ba outa? O son Ghana yesi dina why you strong in inti. And mama difference na and it is not a negative thing. Or you're positive. And this one, ekwa cotton. Zao mazinity until the azar ekwa cotton. Until say we see the near stronger. Ekwa cotton azar. Ni impact no onye kese today azar ekwa cotton aiden ababoton. Ejesu mama kaneta asam. Until say koko ni azar ye kwa cotton amana ni na eda ba. Nkebungu ne because of sidina why strong ninti. Nkebungu ne price difference no very huge. Man ko fakade why reflect kama. But o Sunday yezero kone ya kwa cotton ninti ye calculate in CDs na oye 10.25 na owo fom. Say last year say you see even MPP abedo says CD no e yaza CD no oye 16 CDs yara nke emile koko nka no bumpo ababa foma. Compare the calculation kakoko no bo ababa from this year. But o Sunday Dr. Kastle Tuban Force no way to one manage economy no ma CD no why strong ninti na ye to me appreciate ne kakra. Ye na him there international market to aba from. And today my Dr. Kastle Tuban Force no kind when micro minority leader Honorable Afanya Markin or try it there up there or pushing it to the wall. More admit there he was reckless in saying 6,000. He was resolute in a firm there. At the time, prices are all hono damn nanka wada was the man. Wotum will prove it and then this current situation without the propaganda that can 6,000 automatically about 6,000. Amembu onye 1+1. And as I called last year, there was an annual reverse BB inflation. Last year, inflation was last year by this time, inflation was around 30. Since inflation, 13, around 13%. Is that not it? Your reverse, that means a reverse inflation called 20-something%. CD to the dollar, no, around 15-16. Yan reverse no so call the same time, the same amount. World market price no so yan reverse no call the same. Into at every point in time, you look at the prevailing market conditions. They determine into one country and then. And this amanyoku Dr. Kastle Tuban Force na Honorable Dr. Randy Abbey na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama more turn no international market at this price. Or sorry. Into a wada mumma farmer this percentage na mum farman asema waka in there a 6,000 into abazinti na mo 6,000 and the pressure the two MPP no this is too, excuse my language, Adam farmer was agor.
All right,
one country and there akoton the day the misika day na na ya abedo a promise there sa wu na wo anka ba 6,000 o ya den no ye wo wa abedo na ntuma ma 6,000 wontum o ya dem calculation propaganda. I remember when the mom. It's
the current area are competitive.
Per the drop, and then the strength of the seed, it is okay. Mind you, and this amanyoku yabana listening government. Senyame ya dom, since we are in first week of August, yeah. Cocoa main crop mpoyen started, but you name the price before the main crop. Okosura and this abana this committee here, Dr. Kastle to force and other will not hesitate to come back and increase it for the ordinary cocoa farmer. Right. Because we think about them. Yeah, no. At every point in time, we will look at the market condition. Look, aside that, and you know people are mayoku buy free fertilizer where if you are. Where if you are, and this year's Abba Bank. And this year we are going to amend the scholarship cocoa scholarship for cocoa farmers. Big men and women away more cocoa board and paying for one bank thing. We are going to amend that obey strictly by cocoa farmers wamba no obey them cocoa scholarship.
Yes, it's
road that cocoa board one mama and walk debt bebrenu ye be yini from a rose ni Ministry of Roads and Highway. Walk
okay. Ben, mente also. Time I'm in the morning was so beautiful. Into my say Ben soon a young queen in him. Aye, Medasi.
Yes, Suban.
Yes, Ben.
Medasi. Meji there, Ghana for na army.
But the price are Abani Dama per the calculations, you know, it's fair enough. And I
mean, yes, man. Erica there, it's fair enough. I can see the disappointment, but let me lay a very good foundation.
But the I can see the disappointment. And then the calculations are what they are. Is it not fair?
Messi, Erica there, per the calculation, it is fair enough. And I can see the disappointment. Are you deferring? Miss, I can see the disappointment.
Disappointment from where?
Now let me establish this.
I just asked the question.
I am the other my brother, sir. Do you know why? Now let me lay a very, very firm foundation. I mean, in your day, I'm a cocoa. I'm a cocoa farmer. I am a coconut farmer. I am an oil palm plantation farmer. This year, I think from last year, but this year, me decided that my year of friend annual crops also, perishable crops. And currently, as I speak, me carrot, cashew, carrot, cabbage, cucumber, tomatoes, and others. Yes, man. And I am grounded when it comes to agribusiness. Share. NDC for how we establish one defense against them shameful actor who warrior. NP propaganda there in Chodowotum. Let me remind the NDC today. At the time I warrior them campaign with cocoa prices, one strong commentary on worker was the comparison of the Ghana cocoa purchasing price with Burkina Faso, with Ivory Coast, and with Togo. It's a more reminder one. So you need the discourse from whether the CD has appreciated or depreciated. Even the comparison man worry. In fact, the Honorable Finance Minister for today, Kastle Atoforsen, no year ranking member then, was saying that the prices of cocoa are sold to the government here in Ghana. No, Obama Ghana for smuggle cocoa to the nearby place. I mean, take your time. Man, yes, wabra, where him there, abo harbor. Ghanaians will smuggle cocoa to nearby countries. Please, them politics, NDC honors the appreciation or depreciation of the city. No. Today, in fact, Seyershe Abenima would say that NDC has opened a wider door. The Ghana cocoa farmers, ma won turn cocoa ma abani. That politics they did alone. Honest one call parliament, no one can justify. At least we're justified now. Sidi na why ye nintina a yen to muntie ekwafo kai papa. Sidi na why ye nintina yen to muntie ekwafo kai papa. Sidi na why ye nintina yen to muntie ekwafo kai papa. But wabaja to me there. Them price yande wada was to cocoa me. Ghana for botumaton ho cocoa ama abania. Because the sidi na ye into muntie hen kai papa. Na ma bre because impression e create amame there. Investment amere wo mu cocoa farm no benefit a odemanyimini. Bible says, and Jesus, seeing the glory that was set before him, endured the cross despising the shame into bibiara or your business no. O hwanyim yem o sinayim na wa ye no investment even though it comes with pain. Na Ghana kwanyi no ono na private money why ye investment are oti them now ba catch run there signal why ye ninti ma me pen madimamo because seed no why ye ninti then will you also grant the kwanyino ni investment why ye no na on pedo obakaw another NDC wo pedo obakaw into onkoto na amananze NDC found every way there jagana yimpo onkoto no koko wa amananze na one function anado justice bow your head in shame because them politics now why no say NPP can worry bia it will bring Ghana to its knee but man I am very disappointed because Yen Shadi Kastle Atofos, an honorable minister, he only did not subject the campaign or year no on CD depreciation or inflation. No. Kastle Atofos also admitted there the formula what the calculate amount of cocoa farmer no should be changed. It's an interview. I mean at the Vetina. That was one strong point. Okay. Also, Obano cocoa botinasa the formula. We can't keep using the old formula. So what has changed today? If the world market prices, you think there it's what of na ana impana ejinin se mada kotona or mbwana. Why don't you change the formula so that the farmer should rejoice? Has Kastle please let me establish my point. In the Kastle Atofos na ni NDC aban justice ti hey. One mathematics na wo ye no. Wo guda were use in na no formula nara another was formula. NDC, I'm asking you, what's some formula no and then the formula no use?
But Ben, from your side, the conversation in Yano, since I want trying, I mean, my abano toya winya in cost of my farmers day one farmer one.
Man, let me make a simple thing for you.
Also make it.
Okay. At the time na NDC was say nche yentua ekwafo 6,000 mabwa please excuse me at the time was yentua ekwafo 6,000 no when you there in every plan management of a country especially when you are managing macroeconomy there is a tendency that bibi botu may see my way expectation no bema in the NDC culture in the bibi no way sinti no one expectation one this was the era Ghana even exporting cocoa we were driving short. Do you remember? This was the era. And this was the damn campaign, you know. They forgot that crisis is not, please, is not absent in any government. And they consider that even see the no are appreciating po or Mawusikasam or a say. I mean, are you telling me a good story? That's not the argument. Is Ghana Sika no repay geniti. When you know invest in cocoa no, Sika the shame no, I catch the shema be in onya bio. Orinya, please. That's what you are saying. I mean, what else are you saying? I mean, me kwenyi. Me the mina ochine motu menya. Atwetwema so agina there. So me investment ni na ye more exporter. Me them amounti. Inti say na cocoa ni 10 acres ah. Ma expand ko 50 acres. Ma spend so much on mu cocoa. Na afeso na reboto cocoa na efi minsema. Ese mu cotton cocoa na nde yi na minyenti. Price na enya ma messy onye nti me bi bottle don ma me bottle me nya mfa nto do.
I still can't share no.
Please, I'm not communicating to you. I'm communicating to Ghanaians.
But I've also asked you a question. Maybe it's a question.
Good.
Messi, with all this conversation, going to mention there or there about Tony Day. And now I got Tony Day. And now the farmers want to say a day. Farmers want to say a day.
Abanara otedon that on no channel branch or the to cocoa and I'm as a man. I mean a manka my order abanoton. Oton abanono to cocoa. So abanono
so and then carbon or so cocoa farmers are in.
Na ne vision no says ya wadrencha. Please, only last year. Until last year price no. I feel kwenye no. And this orchestra also in charge what to do. Is that what they are telling us? Because what? No, most of my politics or to me your party. Oh, it's not about what. No. Oh, yeah. So what is reality?
Within 10 seconds.
Very clearly, the NPP and the Ghanaian people will do this and watch the NDC because want to me shame for whom pa. At least formula na to force and sources so be ye no we expect it to change and amobwa as a formula na nye nti kwafu nya enough dem time no formula na ye use no ono na mahama be you use you ono na mills use you na NDC 2 year obey what's the formula nin ye nti order was sen nti send who the seed na ye nti sika order di me kwan nu kofo man cha order ba na ye you change the formula to suit amount I promise ekwanyi no but in China kwanyi no fani sika nke shape now maka nchana there world market de mi na oton I want to say wo formula
okay Bene must made us say, but
you can laugh because
yeah, try there. Yanin Sabaka, the president of cocoa farmers, you know, he was driving. Or man another number. Yeah, try a number no uncle. Into conversation, yenja in the Yami Adumochina. You better try to contact them. You want so 1 point fair view of the pricing. 0244 408 046 0244 408 354. Good evening.
Hello, Papa. Pochewo, we about me play with Yabra Debuka Manchester District. We don't do the or something in the say. Nayanimo, we answer about that one. Instead of the minimum, a common wound, a close to the day. Oh, yeah, at 4,000, at 4,000. Always the same window, also to knock at the head there. About 80 million. And that's why we did not go 75 million. Then I at 4,000. My boss wasn't saying it. I'm going to tell you, oh,
but I see. All right, but I see. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
It was NDC one play up in Pepe and Chill Crawford. Now, when we get promise and share one Crawford with Massa, Bomode, not for 1 day, not poor farmer, a Crawford, what will you cook say? I buy me some more karma when you wish more clear about what the more. So, and then, in a woman campaigns in the same issue. In a woman cabe. So, what you about more, what banana seed me, Ujina, one took a coney woman and cover Kiabamo. More banner, when you issue strategy be, most he may be near, who years you are with the Gilababa, in that would you know maybe I've been right? They are empty about a year and I'm saying, what's on yet? Exactly, I said. Now, one share certain mobile. It can't be about one book that possibly and call by me a good from this business.
All right.
What's Papa country for the Papa?
All right, may I say good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
This is the Frank Bacano.
Frank.
Master. But more today, Abano, also, Mebano, not only a day. Since I don't walk food. And to cook a amount of mechanic, while then I'm more of today. It is a walk from and go to Freddie and Ferman, then I'm the bottle. But then I have propaganda. The thing I told my move, Mr. More say, ya, what's your mother? When you might look to the Mutu to die with two tree. I don't know pet. The devil met the road of number propaganda and make a send on. No. Hey, my party job, but the support of Manu, the Benishan, only be so question on to Miano. Because of Continental Tona, he, Nanka, was wedding, one Cotona, he, in Duminka. And to them in the main, not over, I've now a mile of them, then claim, all the party,
but I say, all right, good evening.
Good evening, Uncle Amina.
That would mean too, 10 seconds.
Uncle Amina, MPP for one. Cocoa farmers, our money. When you Mujuma, MPP for the money on. When you MPP for my to me, what say your money? It's well with our money, it's a wire resetting. It's a clear job, Mamma, Cocoa farmers, all when you so. It's a young MPP for Botai or the Massami. Yes, because cocoa farmers, we him them people for sell your money poto. It will him the job, Mamma, and Kakakra. It's more than one. I'm all away also. And 10 people for more then. And people for one the Massami on the Abazi. One pay baby, you know.
Okay.
Now I have my money. My way and the beer honey.
Master Dawood, good evening.
My father, my father, and this if we. I and my brother defending the violence in the opposition. Cocoa farmer, a time I will look at them is can work out dollar man now or citizen. So can 60 Adamabwa or $1 now one city. 80 and a dollar and it's a $4 grandpa on bill.
because a dollar go phone I dey who to yen no dollar go phone bi no mo piafo no mu le chi won dollar go phone ne dey be say hu le chi yen aga dollar go phone ne dey be say hu to yen mu ndc dollar go phone ne chi dey hu chi yen chi mo ko ya mo ka ka no why na no o go mu why na no go mu say ndc fo why radio no to anyapia mo ko to kwa ba kum no ma be say nyama ne price na ande better wada da bia drivers wada down okay for wada down so part dealer for wada that one and the Ghana to bia all the amada go to the
good evening.
Good evening.
Yes sir.
Maza but I want to ka ko one ka wa kare almost 6,000 is a balance in Afama wana ko po chompo e to be no pa one. Maybe I'll go for 100 cities down my one by how the wood wabra you two know what I said they were doing the good devil.
Dabi, please. Good evening. Don't call on this line, this show again. Good evening.
Good evening, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Chairman, what you mean too?
Yes, sir. Me chair, one of so simple. I'm going to 1%. Info offer to me, the father, I don't know, direct what that only. We'll find another child in the put to the altar, I ain't a sort of nine. And no, so because before my sister, I got to know outsider. It's cutting all mobile. It's cut out the phone. If you have got mobile, it's coming to the phone. If you have them for that money for a cocoa family, that Cardi or the more farm or can outside the bar. It doesn't kind of move from all your flat or $2 to citizen. I know you told one.
Okay.
If the mayor financial, what the 8 way to be done to you? Because what you want mentality, some of the father mentality. Because pricing for even go uncle from still have alcohol. But I really there, pricing before no 15 I'm $1 not also. Every size is coming to the also. Are pricing a wabber is done now better. If the amount and the things of the same previous one. It's all right. It's so simple. Issue I don't know how they oh.
Chairman, I better say good evening. Hello, good evening. Yes, sir.
Your phone,
Papa, Jinaye, ma'am, what I know when you enter into us American Peja Windy, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to know how much or you can shoot to if I didn't. I said, 100,000. Let's be sincere ourselves. 6,000 again. Dolly, what you know from I'm going to cry in the from the 50% another 10%. Well, is that great 500?
Okay. I tried to give you the opportunity, but it seems all I know in your table to my baby. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I work on it because or Raja. And yet I didn't know. It's no something or Rajan Greek do. Damanoti. Ye nipping in 7.5 labo. And when this fool over child, one of them, Yemuan, and what the more baby and Yemuan Family. That I had. Maybe Bunumaya, Mutumu, well, those try them and Buna, whom better than them. Go now, 1 more 31. Oh, say, or a scam. I don't want more 6,000, 1 more 7,000, 1 more damn. Everyone will buy what you show my. We yet so the bank of a told. No one to know answer that. If you want a 128 for that. Then what I this for you. Now you never gonna have a rather.
All right.
That's it.
Maso, but I say 0244408046 0244408354. Wasubrum na mintil. Was it good evening?
Good evening, I'm man.
Nana come under my day of come for now mintil.
I'm Madasi, when you be. I'm a member chair, many see not on what with my pa, appear, what with my. Yes, man. MPP kwa I am going to say if you wa to him na mo do fa dada ni yi Ghana what is the man ma ba e charge that best wall break na da e chi e na put on yeto na yi so be for the protect na that time you put to wine ni to put to wine so man Ghana be say nyama to ko na the man ma mo na dey need go on na Ghana fo because yes abani okwai na abani ori wa and this why a better person MPP because someone I want you to yoni koko na abani tuma wasi other a cocoa farmers mewa man no be yen ya enti man nyama ni achasa nyesa so 8 months and you will be 8 months and you will be enti abani o kere abani wada the Ghana for the cocoa for other that one enti yemo bokoye enti hu wa sempade wo for tension I every people I want you want your baby
all right
but I see
good evening Daddy, what you mean to you?
Apo man.
Christ adumo na mpacha waswe.
Oye.
Ya dem yase.
Se yehwe koko ebo a anu nkote na dodo na la wafra wal kan ho asam de we ndu 6000 a. Ye feel incentives na waso wadere makoko farmers na no won kan ho asam. Sisi ano in chest or more 6,000 a wala na bokwakoto wo spraying machine and what's all you free now you da register there you cocoa farmer na ampale there when you me there a cocoa farmer ababa baji edaka iwe dwuma wi a face ho ehwe na enye baby papa nsi a fabra wobama wo edura ejibogudu free cocoa fertilizer na first was not for sale now what papa no ho not no way no for sale no what send their baby o there or you free what about 6,000 na wala bottle o machine a bottle we or to say bimpo wenye bi na no ho nkaka ho na mo da mo we almost 6,000 na what the menya me nyina so aka ho free mo hi no ye enti Ghana ya ihe ankasa no mu hu sentira all the ya de me ho to he no du baby he ye manche enyama no ball ko fo mi mpa want to di ni nyina afide obi wo ho a na adwen da de baby a oda enyama no bokoso nti waso nto do no de onti bi da wo me ye nti nyama bi ase na ye he ho aboro dodo
all right
me da say
good evening
Agwaza.
Yes sir
Oba de presidency Savoy.
All right
Kwana yenya ni ebi ni fewa ayi e boto amayi nti bia hwe mbeda mesi petrol already am petrol one go wo 95 Ghana cedis fudia ali e wo malimo mbeda onko fa ko kan the food wo kan bu because of ameku pono no lokono mbeda ayi ni je 4x4 wonder wa sinyaru what to of ameku papa when you did that petrol so because so put the guma ani ba kiri won tum ta ma me kule gala fe yeye nja ni me bi fi me tu mo yaro ona kila mo mali ye na ali tu oli fi dia ana go fi ye tu na fi no sidu le man wa fi no bi go obo abaye
okay
kude he ko ko mo tu ye tu mo ka wa bi ga e bi fi la ke wa e ku lo fo do ye wa ja na mo bu ga na what did that the position the middle du mola the bagana fi hu de the don da mani ma no yeso ba pe ku for the yasa for that benti and the you what today
may I say okay good evening last caller
good evening Uncle Suman.
Yes boss.
Yeah, we're from Uncle Charles in phone you do that.
Yo
very interesting formula no previously the previous government in China used to 60% in Ozema out of the price in Ozema cocoa farmers beer. Yeah, next year also we use 70%. One calculation according to the chief executive of Cocoa Board.
Yes.
And so which is the formula has changed. And the inputs also the reason why let me say about the NPP NDC. Cocoa price or the dollar and the world market as a time will be a now determined price. Yeah, you see, everything is based on the world market price and the dollar.
All right.
Yeah, this is a calculation and see how much work there. Yeah, a check is a cocoa price. And when I say multiply by the dollar, it won't 1 ton the price. And it divided by $6. You will see it. Oh, yeah, very easy. So I don't know why you're stressing because of politics. Because of politics.
I could just, but I say. All right. Chairman, you're my last caller, ma'am.
Hello?
Chairman, me too.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Chairman.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Chairman, me too. One kapa, yen too.
Hello?
Hello? Okay. Chairman, me too. One kapa. It seems that it's been coming far. Chairman.
I'm the man.
It's been coming.
Oh, mix more.
Yeah, Jodo, yen too. Last caller.
Exactly. I'm the man. My mom was just a snabado. No, ye cocoa farmer. Now, uncomplaining, me the the same thing it's your. Kwamina, interest a cocoa farmers who are showing us who are complaining. And they are President Shumbo. Kwamina, the president, when you know, baby, I promise cocoa for 6,000. Name at 2 force in the paper, he play, at the time, and the world cocoa price, what also, no. And I expect them to MPP for order what to cocoa pricing to 6,000. Now, Kwamina, Eshamama, organ farmers who Osanda Agric, Osina Kumara, Kwamina Zawaye Mpo, so there at the time now, and I'm talking to Mama and Tamama, into cocoa, intended, what will say, why your party, my John Dramani Mama, Osande, when your mama, most organ cocoa for Kwamina, I told you yesterday that half a loaf is better than none.
All right.
Now, mean, Charlie, cocoa, you be able to say, Kwamina, ended up, no question for Brasso, cocoa pharmacy, what's ye, prepare an MPP timer, into cocoa food, yet is it, ya 2 days ago. Kwamina, when you are Mama, or who will give Magana for MPP, one propaganda, no one Jandamano.
Good evening, Mr. Host. Kindly tell the NPP man to allow President Mahama to heal the wounds of Ghanaians. Congrats to the NDC man. Sammy. All right, Sammy Medasi. Ebusia, me brass to me for Biabio. Yes, me brass. Justice, I remember just a minute.
It's a full. The communication on the cocoa price are simple. Yes, we promised in the past, Honorable Dr. Atufos in there, but my Ghana for 6,000 at the time. Yeah, calculation BBI not trade Ghana for Godomon 6,000. See, I remember the Benemos na MPP from paying for our say, Bian you are waiting to quote BB or trade there. A ban Luton cocoa international market today. Sika day na Baninya. Bani day no do dutia. Look, last year no 7,400. Abanima cocoa farmers 3,100 per ton. Since you're 7,200, Abanima 5,040. It is way better per ton than what MPP did. Yes, ye nara dam ye NDC no cocoa farmer bia. Nkene nwa baji de nke bia obe 1,000 and 2,000 ababa do. NDC Banana His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or your listening government. Obete, Nessa Odumbri no Kosu no Wado Tuma or Botumama. In the New Seas Yaran and Wunya, Wonya Kahun, and the scholarship no Baya for Go Farm and Bo. All right. Kobe uses car, fertilizer, spraying, fungicide, insecticide, need none there, demo one.
Yes, this made us say. Ben, but also just a minute, Nanko.
A very simple truth. Nampeda Makache. And this for Ghana for Inara. A Greek no hold the Ghana in economy. Is that not the case? Now say a Greek na ahenara yes hold in economy no. A catcher in the any timer and this Baba government in Mono or that a Greek sector may yenye fimuno okufuma non yeda humasi. You see, we're setting a bad precedent for themselves. But Yerisha one, Yerisha. No, Portugal anymore. America said, and set a very bad precedent for yourself. Okay. Because every year, a quafu when I dibiara all the way and winch reminder, I will winch him. A kind time away increase the salary now. What a minimum percentage na can no. About some working. salary no so oye bro no tia ka wo.
All right.
You see, gold on your exporter. Into what market the mass in your gold border?
That's a gold and cocoa.
I'm trying to tell you the one who agree kintra, and that is the precedent.
All right.
Say what China Ghana your export.
Okay. I will say they see Yeriko, Reverend Benemos from the MPP, Justice Enoch Appiah from the NDC, and Wabaya Yezin come over game packs main control there. Want quick cash within one pick. With just one pick, try the game pack, pick one game. It's the easiest game in town. Just pick one number from 1 to 36, and if it drops, boom, you win. Your winnings are multiplied by 30 times. Dial star 946 to be part of the game pack culture. High sense the 2025 general campaign good Orokodo. And to buy and one showrooms across the 16 regions. Like your washing machine, smartphone sound system, water dispenser. I also for the Wujuma. Mankasi Moben Blue Hills Restaurant for 0302550000. High sense everyday prices for everyday people. Do you suspect you didn't get the right amount of fuel? Do you have issues about the quality of fuel you bought? Or did you experience bad customer service at the filling station? Don't stress. Just call NPA on 0302550380. Now make a complaint in you have within 48 hours. Are you ready to celebrate your special day in style? Join our birthday platform and get exclusive perks and surprises. Hey, your Kastle 90.3 FM, yes, bro. Orinti, send wood day and a woodsy. Metra 1 month and a woodsy. Young phone car, any birthday platforms no home. Who birthday new draw? We best celebrate you in a special way. And to for WhatsApp number 0244. 743-143 0244-743-143. Also for our day, another 1 month of birth and your name. Fafado Fabra. I am found yani birthday groups in home. January and Ezaba, February and Ezaba, March and Ezaba. Now you celebrate you in a special way. Prizes are also there. You can also get surprises. The production team was led by Mr. Bernardo Go. Osman FKK. Black was trained to Facebook, then also the YouTube. Thank you for being part of this wonderful program. Yami adomochna yansan internasi na yenzi inkomo. Yami show. Have a wonderful good evening. Bye bye.